Brothers and sisters, welcome back to the Worldwide Paradigm Shift Show. I am your host, Messenger Christopher, Spirit World X, the Chosen One, here in March of 2026. And of course, the Great Deception, the Great Deception that's been happening on social media, that is being performed by all aspects of your present psychosocial, psychosocioeconomic, geopolitical, judicial, scientific, and religious order, skull and bones order, are attempting to do everything they can to hijack this redemption process. And how are they doing that, brothers and sisters? They're doing it by hiring flying monkeys who have been responsible for reprogramming the Jews and Gentiles who've been contributing their conscious awareness, their Jewish electromagnetic and Gentile non-electromagnetic conscious awareness to the class caste system. And of course, a class caste system that you have no idea is nothing more than a long ago established conspiracy. And that conspiracy has been given a name. And that name is a human consciousness degrade, inversion, blood sacrifice agenda. To which the last part of that blood sacrifice agenda, to the last part of that, of course, that is consigned to not only your destruction, but the destruction of our matrix program, so that we all of the supports that allow for us to continue our electromagnetic conversion as the middle trinity co-creative Christ Yang conscious collective, who of course is not only co-creator of the blue skies above, but we're also co-creator of the genetics that we electromagnetically attracted into. These low vibrational genetics. There are many individuals who have decided to get comfortable with the identity delegation of Black, and many of them call themselves foundational Black Americans and Africans. And what you, brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles, don't know is that the occultists, who, they like to use the inverted upside down cross and five-pointed star to represent our electromagnetic inversion and our electromagnetically misaligned conversion as the middle trinity co-creative Christ Yang conscious collective. Many of these individuals, these occultists, have been responsible over the past 30, 40 years. These individuals are all of the individuals you've been introduced to in the media. And no matter who they are, they can't be trusted, and we must turn away from them. Whether that be Louis Farrakhan, whether that be Bobby Hemmett, whether that be anybody that he runs with, whether that be Philip Valentine, all of these individuals who have, of course, aspired to be a part of the Black Power Collective, all of these individuals have been caught since my elevation, since my enlightenment, of course, and the launch of the our long ago prophesied to come redemption process on YouTube. that happened in January of 2021, they have been caught, as my clarity had came, to be the individuals in the melanated community here in America, just as well as the individuals over there in Africa, to be individuals who have been responsible for participating in the hijacked in purpose, three-dimensional conscious awareness, five sensory in-depth perception, rebalancing or Gentile conscious spectrum, who is the pre-programmed rebalancing medium that was purposed out of melanated genetics through their pre-programmed imbalanced field of conscious awareness, because human beings don't normally have the field of conscious awareness that they do, and I won't be too specific, but it's an amazing anomaly. I'll tell you more about it some other time. However, these individuals, the hijacked in purpose corporate hive mind, came up with a grand plan. And that grand plan was to influence the Jewish community to trade off the most valuable natural resource on the planet for the value of a piece of paper or a piece of metal. And I'm not going to tell you what the most valuable, the most expensive resource on the planet is yet. If you've been paying attention to the Worldwide Paradigm Shift show, you already know what it is. And if you haven't, you're going to have to catch on later, because I do not intend for this redemption process to be hijacked, as these individuals have committed themselves to doing. What individuals am I talking about? I'm talking about the individuals I just mentioned who have been caught participating in attempting to hijack, or in attempting to play a part in reprogramming your field of conscious awareness as a Jewish man or woman. And I use that word loosely, that term loosely, and I'll explain to you why later. Because in all actuality, you are the middle co-creative Christ Yang. You are the middle Trinity co-creative Christ Yang conscious collective, who, of course, exists behind the melanated male and female avatar. Now, so I will share more about that very shortly. But these individuals have been, for the most part, recognized as being individuals who have been in, I can't find the word I'm looking for, but these are accomplices to the corporate hive mind, attempting to override their pre-programming to realign the Middle Trinity co-creative Christ Yang conscious collective with our standard electromagnetic conversion model. And instead of assisting to implement the realignment processes, these individuals have taken oaths to do everything they can to reprogram and condition your field of conscious awareness. I'm not going to tell you exactly how that is happening at the moment, because these individuals who are a part of the Great Deception would love to know all that I know. So I'm not going to do that. However, I do advise you to stop eating meat, all meats. I do advise you to stop participating in fueling the industries that are destroying the environment. I do advise you to stay tuned to the Worldwide Paradigm Shift Show. And I would also like to remind you that What you're about to hear, is for educational purposes only. This individual is one of the most despicable, sick people who the hijacked in purpose, three-dimensional and conscious awareness, five-sensory in-depth perception, European Gentile conscious spectrum, the low vibrational aspect of that non-electromagnetic conscious collective could produce. And his name is, I don't even think this is his name, but it's his stage name, Bobby Hemmitt. So I would like to give you just 5 minutes of a video that these people, they've gotten you, brothers and sisters, used to seeing videos that have been being uploaded onto YouTube with date and time stamps for, 5th of May, 1996, 4th of October, 2000. They've gotten you used to seeing that in the video uploads, thumbnails. Well, this video here, I don't see anything in the thumbnail relating to what date this video was put up. However, I've told you over the last few Worldwide Paradigm Shift Show video shift clip uploads that these individuals, specifically, in particular, Bobby Hemmitt, who just a few months ago, there was a female that put a video up. Of course, one of the corporate hive minds, one of the Divine Nine, because, you got Jews and Gentiles involved in this great deception, this hijacking attempt of your redemption process. And we'll say these individuals are a part of the Divine Nine. Well, a cohort of these individuals who have been well funded to do everything they can to influence your reprogramming and, of course, so that you, without their help, so that you, can join your reprogramming with the three-dimensional and conscious awareness, hijacked in purpose, corporate hive minds, conditioning methodologies. I'm going to get all into this very shortly, brothers and sisters, but pay attention, because this is the most unbelievable show the world has ever seen, taking place right now. And I'm not going anywhere, so you can assure that it ain't either. And, of course, until these people decide they want to take down their toy and, tell us that, we're going to have to protect the children. So, we're going to have to set up new rules for social media because, we don't want individuals going on to social media and having the opportunity to disrupt these very up processes that these individuals have in place and are constantly administering over the class caste system. So, over the conscious contributions, whether electromagnetic or non-electromagnetic, to the class caste system. I mean, consider how devious these people are. If you look at the Book of Wisdom University, and then I'll get back to what I was doing. Go on to YouTube, look up the Book of Wisdom University. The last couple videos from these people talked about how it is you think and your reality is created by your thought process. Now, you're literally getting advice that does not apply to the individuals to whom are reading this information to you. These people are not electromagnetic in potential. Their field of consciousness carries no sensory tools that have the capacity for electromagnetic manifest attraction. None of them. But you, as a Jew, do. This is why you were called the children of the Most High in the Christian Bible. This is why the cartoon Wonder Twins was designed after you. Wonder Twin powers activate. Okay, now we'll get into more of that later. However, these are properties of potential that belong to melanated men and women alone on the planet. Okay, that's it. Now, there is a high vibrational aspect of the the three-dimensional and conscious awareness, five sensory and depth perception, hijacked in purpose, Gentile conscious spectrum, who is connected to the high vibrational aspect of the middle Trinity co-creative Christ Yang conscious collective. That would be the melanated man, or the melanated male body comprises the high vibrational aspect, and it is connected to, and it being the high vibrational aspect of the middle Trinity collective. I'm going to shorten the name here so we can move along. This, of course, potential being connected to the high vibrational aspect of the hijacked in purpose Gentile conscious spectrum, whether European, Asian, Indian, Arab, it doesn't matter. And of course, it goes the other way around when it comes to the low vibrational aspect of the middle Trinity collective. When it comes to connecting to the hijacked in purpose, three-dimensional and conscious awareness, Gentile conscious spectrum, low vibrational aspect, and that would be connected to the European men, to the Gentile men. Okay, so she has a greater potential than the men do, okay? That aspect has a greater potential than the low vibrational aspects existing in the men. Now, getting back to the Book of Wisdom University, these individuals, they're literally attempting to maintain chaos in regards to processes of inversion. Okay, what I just explained to you, of course, are the established foundational building blocks of the human consciousness degrade blood sacrifice agenda. And I'll explain to you how later. It has a lot to do with Christ dying on a cross. Okay? The concept of Christ dying on a cross, okay? So what these individuals are doing is they are looking at my videos, taking as much information as they can extrapolate out of them, and they're attempting to, by any means necessary, draw your attention and keep your attention held while they're doing everything they can to censor my channel, while they're shadow banning my channel, and while they're hiring flying monkeys to gang stalk me, gather all the information, create their own videos after watching mine. And as long as the videos they create, they put a date and time stamp on them for prior to January of 2021, they truly believe they're going to be able to hijack this redemption process. However, brothers and sisters, I warn you, these people do not have your best interest at heart, and what they are attempting to do is maintain the track, the Night Train track. You remember Public Enemy, Flavor Flav, the Night Train? Night Train! Well, they want to continue, you and I, contributing our potentials on the tracks of the night train until total destruction, till that wind is blowing and there's no mechanical processes that can stop it, until all waters are polluted, until there are no fruits and vegetables that are capable of growing in any soil. This shit is totally diabolical. The only way that you're going to survive is if you stay in contact with me, okay? You see, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm certainly not afraid of any of these cowards who, they really, really wish they could just come and end my capacity to stay connected to the highest division of our authentic Trinity, but that ain't gonna happen, okay? Remember, these people do not have your best interest at heart, and they are only attempting to bide time by throwing out droves of chaos content videos. And we're about to take a look at one that was recently created by the supposedly dead and gone and poisoned by his wife, psychopath Bobby Hemmitt, who is attempting to, this guy, now he's the guy that tells you, a melanated man, if you want to fight against the powers of the European, he suggests that you start pouring libations and your woman starts to masturbate more. Literally. This is what he says. He says your woman should masturbate and she can literally produce the defenses to fight against the by design reprogramming and conditioning apparatus that exists by the corporate hive mind's capacity to misuse the radio towers and control script writing. He tells you that, her masturbating will help to defend you and your future family against this. Now, and then you'll hear this man saying anything. By the way, keep in mind that all of these videos that he is creating, notice how he and a few other individuals like Phil Valentine, Santos Bonacci, he's the Italian flying monkey from Australia, supposedly, who's present day, they say he's alive, but I seen in one of his comment sections on one of his videos, oh, I wish Santos was still alive. I mean, these people are insane. They're running like rats. They're running like ants. They're running like, roaches. The lights are on and they're running like roaches, running like hell, trying to figure out exactly how they can stop this breach. But this breach can't be stopped. It's impossible to stop the sun from shining, you sick son of a... Understand that. So, brothers and sisters, here we are. This is for educational purposes only. And remember, this video was not created 15 years ago. This video was made recently, since 2025, since 2020, probably just a couple weeks ago, by Bobby Hemmitt, who is attempting to hide out from the public so that he no longer has, so that anyone in the public any longer has any capacity to contact him or see him. He is being holed up in hotels and stuff like that. No differently. I mean, Philip Valentine. There's these people calling themselves, the dude calling himself Minister J.U., Minister Jew, who put a video out recently and with a date and time stamp for 12 years ago. And of course, in that video, he has a man sitting in a lotus position with the chakras running up and down the center of his body. And, he talks about everything I do in my worldwide paradigm video shift clip upload compilation where, we have the capacity to alter the physical reality around us. Well, this guy, he created a video, put it up on YouTube about a month ago, and where he didn't show his face. Now, all of a sudden, he has another video up, and he's starting to make more videos. And in these videos, you will hear a greater clarity in the information he is attempting to divulge to you. And where does that clarity come from? It comes from the same place that the information that Bobby Hemmett is using in his videos to maintain your confusion in light of him and all the rest of these psychopaths since 2021 on YouTube, my channel Christopher Spirit World X, launching our long ago prophesied to come redemption process. And in the video compilation, exposing these individuals for what they've been doing. So let's go ahead and take a bite of this video. And remember, all of these videos that are being created by these individuals, Bobby Hemmett, all of these videos are videos. All of these videos are videos that you're not able to see clearly what this man looks like. Why is that? Because the individuals creating these videos don't want you to be able to say, wait a minute, I just saw Bobby 2 years ago, and he looked exactly 2 years ago like he does in this video. That's what they don't want you to see. Why? Because they don't want you to say to yourself, wait a minute, I don't remember Bobby Hemmett creating these videos or having these meetings. I don't remember him talking about any of this in his meetings and being able to put two and two together. All right. Based on the knowledge that your long ago prophesied to come redemption process is and has been underway since 2021 and is presently being hijacked by the Masonic order, the people who want to control the order of conscious function, the order of potential of the Jew and Gentile conscious collective. Okay, so we'll talk about some more of that later. Here we go. So let's take a look at his video. Now,
Is coming. So it's like the crab in the pot. He don't know that he already in the pot being cooked. He already somebody right there with the main course with a fork and a knife in the hand going. He don't know this and stuff because he's swimming around there because the water ain't warming up. Well, so you think it's coming, and that's the deception, and that's why at this particular point they can kill you wholesale by the millions. Right now, because you thinking it's coming in the future. And so if they can make you think that this thing is coming into the future, they can take out large amounts of you in the population. You understand? Right now, for the last 10 years, they can take out millions of you, and they have done this. And you will not even know it because of the simple fact you're looking for something to come in the future. So the King Alpha plan, although the King Alpha plan was right, they took it as it is going to be something far out in the future. And the government put out the King Alpha plan to the black community. So you would think it's something to come and you wait on the concentration camps while they can go in and do the mutilation years before. And keep a few of you out here, you understand, you see, as trees that's wrapped around a forest, but if you fly over top, you'll see ain't nothing in the center because all the trees dead. They just keep some on the outskirts. And that's what's going on here.
Now, of course, everything that this coward is saying in his videos, of course, he pieced together by watching my videos since January of 2021. This man is going to be the death of many of you in the melanated community. Why? Because you only have the capacity to masturbate, protect yourself.
Of black people. So it's a lot of key things and all that. I got that from the Christian network. You see what I'm saying? You see. I look at it all. You see what I'm saying? I look at it all, although they are part of the deception also too. You see. Now, this is real key.
Notice how he mentions how it is the false Christ Church, who is part of the psycho-socioeconomic reprogramming of the three-dimensional and conscious awareness, 5 sensory and depth perception, hijacked and purposed, Gentile conscious spectrum, corporate hive mind. Notice how he uses all of my terminologies. I mean, all of the terms that I'm using to help you brothers and sisters to avail to your truest state. I mean, these people, and you notice his videos, this is artificial intelligence right here, right? So if this is artificial intelligence, okay, that he is using to create this thumbnail, and this thumbnail is called Bobby Hemmitt, the Occult Blueprint of Consciousness, Metaphysics and Occult Wisdom, okay? How come it is his videos look like this?
Also, too, you see. Now, this is real key.
How come they couldn't remaster those videos? There are many videos that are being remastered with artificial intelligence, okay, that have the capacity to be remastered. Now, that's something you have to pay attention to if you want to, if you'd like to be in the fold of individuals who are using critical thinking, okay, during this redemption process. Let's get back to it.
The population in Africa. When most people go to Africa, they go to Africa on a tourist bit. So you go to the largest cities. You know what I'm saying? And because Africa doesn't have highways that can connect, you can't get on a damn highway and end up in California. You see what I'm saying? You got some places you got to fly, and because they keep it like a jigsaw puzzle. You never know what's going on in certain parts. Most of the entire continent of Africa is dead. It's just that they show you the cities and they show you a few people out there and you don't know. But hell, you just look at National Geographic. Every time they're showing the damn animals, you don't never see no niggas around. Never. You see what I'm saying? There ain't no remote bush. Because hell, half that stuff ain't no bush. Half that should be open fields. A famine and open fields of green grass. Where the niggas? They dead. They have killed majority of the people on the continent of Africa is dead. It's just that the white boy is so technologized now until what happened is...
It's that the white boy is so technologized. I mean, you are literally listening to a very, very illiterate master of chaos and confusion and deception. And just figured I'd tune in and let you know that, okay? So let's go back. We're just 2 minutes away from the end. And let me open it up one more time. Okay, here we go. And let's do it.
White boy is so technologized now until what happened is if he don't put it on the TV, you'll never know. And most tourists is set up for tourist attractions. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's going on right now. Now, how in the hell they going to have Rwanda and they kill up what? How many people died? About a couple of 100,000? 100,000 people died with some fucking 22s and some clubs and a little bit of machine guns. Then you know damn well that's the British Army, the France, and Israel, and the United States in there killing people wholesale. You see what I'm saying?
Now, what he's trying to do is in this video to, of course, iron out the crinkles of your wondering, okay, is this video real? Was it created a couple years ago? What he's attempting to do is so as to put the fire of your curiosity out, he's attempting to weave into this conversation the Rwandan war, okay? And because Israel and America are also being exposed in the Worldwide Paradigm, the Worldwide Paradigm Shift Show, video shift clip uploads. He is attempting to also, put their involve all of them and, put them in a bundle so as to make himself sound more effective and caring for your well-being. Don't go for it. It's all lies. Now, if I didn't know this was all lies, and if I didn't have the truth, I surely wouldn't be spending my time on this video camera attempting to help you people to get through all of the confusion. I wouldn't be doing that. I'd be going to have a beer. It's Monday afternoon and everybody's done with their work. And, I'd be chasing tail. I'd be going to have a good time. But instead, what I'm doing is I'm having a good time being mind blown with all of the individuals who are playing a part in attempting to hijack this redemption process. It's hilarious knowing what they don't know while I know what I know. So here we go. No more interruptions.
That, 2 weeks ago, they showed there's other countries that's got Rwanda going on right now. They're killing black people each day. Like one black, white senator was over there and he said, hell, at least 400 people die a day. A day. That's what you talking about the Ebola and AIDS, which is wiping people out wholesale. We're talking about they're wiping people out a day. You see, they're killing our people. They're killing our people by the thousands. And they've been doing this thing since colonization. They've been killing our people by the thousands. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go drink me some water. You can cut the film. I'm going to cut this off this time so you I'm going to go take the water bill. You got that off? Okay. What's happening here is, when the Bible talks about, at first the church, they say the church is going to be taken up. You ever heard that first? And then there are going to be some people left behind. But then those people will have a chance to get on board also. That particular part has already occurred. That occurred in 1990 up to now. Let me explain what's going on here. What it means is that you had a group of people that said that they came into they said that Christ will come and he'll take some of them up, which meant the Christ consciousness. So all the black people that have been into some form of consciousness or some element of consciousness from the last 5 or 6 years were the first wave of people that will be taken up. So we're talking about damn near 0 point something when you're talking about damn near 60,000 black people. And what has happened is that is the reason why you can't tell a lot of your black people this kind of knowledge. They reject it. Because what has happened is when something's saying taken up, you don't understand it. When they're saying taken up, you are thinking of the physical body being taken up, and you don't understand that these two eyes, this is all a hologram and an illusion. If you was to look inside of us, compared to some people on the street, it's the difference between having a sun shining and the sun still in the dormant stage. You understand? And that particular difference is that your Christ consciousness, which is the sun, has opened up. So what it is by it's opening up, you are in one dimension and your other brothers and sisters in the other dimension. Doesn't mean that you have all the knowledge. It means that you are receptive to the knowledge because you are inside of the doorway. It's just like being in the doorway in the library and being outside of the library. So what it is, they're in a whole nother dimension. What happened was, like I said, I was telling Delilah today.
Okay, so
I got a friend in Chicago.
Wait, we'll listen a little more.
From Florida, and he's working in Chicago. Anyway, he's been in his consciousness for a while. So they set him up in a hotel room, the job where he was working. And a few brothers from the job came by to visit him, And what happened was when they came by to visit him, he said that what happened is he was just, wasn't hollering at him. He was just talking to knowledge. He was saying, that's what he into, so he went into the knowledge with him. Wasn't hollering or anything. He just went into the knowledge. And he said, the brother jumped up and said, oh, man, you stop it, man. My head hurting. I can't take it. And they ran out of the room. They ran out of the hotel room. And he wasn't hollering with him. It's just that certain knowledge is like hearing some damn acid rock. To certain people, it's outside of the dimension. So our people have been left behind there like in the 1980s. You said, nigga, you know, it don't make no difference if he got money. He could be a hee-haw bourgeois. You got people, it's almost like all this death and all this stuff going on, it's almost like living in fucking Mayberry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Almost like living in Mayberry. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all right? Now, there again, brothers and sisters, he told you that what Christ coming back means, and what he claims, you people in the black church, the black church, you won't accept the reality that being taken up has nothing to do with you being physically lifted up. It has everything to do with Christ consciousness. And these two eyes, they're seeing a hologram and blah blah blah. This man has no capacity to tell you anything about who you are as the middle trinity, co-creative Christ, yang conscious, infinite collective existing behind those male and female avatars, low vibrational rebalancing mediums, I also might add. He has no capacity to tell you anything about Christ consciousness rising within you because he's not even in possession of the knowledge of Christ consciousness rising within him. He is not the sunshine. He doesn't exist in another dimension. And if he does exist in another dimension, it is one, of course, that is constructed of a darkness that, of course, makes the low vibrational avatars that you're in and the negative attracted manifest conditions that are presently maintaining your sensory depth perception, stimulation experience capacity look like heaven. And believe me, these conditions are way less than what they should be. So, just wanted to keep all you brothers abreast with that knowledge. And did I forget anything else? Pay attention to Philip Valentine. He's also doing the same thing that this psychopath is doing. They're both attempting to, now that they've been exposed, play a part in being the foundation of your enlightenment. And both of them, I mean, Phil Valentine, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. But, Bobby Hemmitt mentioned, that the Christ conscious is like the sunrise. And those around him are like those around the Christ conscious community are like the sun behind the mountains hasn't risen yet. And if you're going to listen to an individual like Phil Valentine and Bobby Hemmitt, but Phil Valentine at this particular moment, tell you that the earth is flat, okay? Tell you the earth is flat, and tell you that the earth is a sun that has begun to die, and that all you've learned in Christianity about being a child of the sun, okay, relates to the earth being a sun that has died so that you could live. And I want you to know that all of that is total deception that is meant to blindside you away from the reality that it is by your corrupt reprogramming and sensory five sensory organ stimulation experience conditioning that the environment is being destroyed. The animal kingdom is being destroyed. It's by this reprogramming and conditioning that's been taking place within the three-dimensional conscious awareness, five sensory and depth perception environment, in the industrialized environment. Okay, it's not, this planet is not a sun that is dying so that we may live. If you're going to listen to these people, you deserve all that is soon to come to all of you who, of course, desire to continue maintaining the destructive processes that have us all on this very despicable night train and the highway to hell. You'll get there first. Coming up on the Worldwide Paradigm Shift Show, I got a video shift clip upload that I'd love for you to pay attention to, and I'd love for you to check out. And it's just a recap on a lot of stuff that I just talked about in this video and a lot of the individuals I talked about. So that's coming up next. There's going to be an area for you to do some homework. I'd appreciate it. And then I'm going to come back and blow your mind. Take care. And to all of my haters, carry on.